So I think it's pretty safe to say Carson Wentz has been downright terrible this season. Anything and everything that could go wrong this season for the Eagles and Carson Wentz, it's happened. It's went wrong. And if you don't believe me, I did some digging. I pulled up some stats, and I hate to say this, Eagles fans, but Carson Wentz has been historically bad. So first up, if you compare this season to the past 3 seasons, every stat took a major dip. Win-loss, major dip. Completion percentage went down about 5%, 6%. Pass yards per game went down about 30 yards a game. Yards attempt went down a yard and some change. And the biggest stat of them all, this is honestly one of the telltale stats of this season in Carson Wentz, is his TD to interception ratio. So from 2017 to 2019, Carson Wentz had an 81 to 21 TD ratio. Simplify that, a 4-to-1 TD interception ratio. That is insane. That is bonkers. That is flat out elite. In 2020, he's pretty much had a 1-to-1 TD to interception ratio with 16 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. To put things simple, you just can't win like that in the NFL. And lastly, his passer rating, which tells another drastic tale, this thing dropped about 25 points. It went from 98.3 the past 3 years to 73.4 in 2020. Now, to kind of frame just how drastic of a drop that is, this is something we never see. As a matter of fact, Carson Wentz is only the 6th quarterback in NFL history to have his passer rating drop 24 points in comparison to the past 3 seasons. And one thing that sticks out about him is he's young. This is usually something that happens to old quarterbacks on their way out the league. Think 2015 Peyton Manning. We saw that huge drop off for Peyton, just really wasn't doing anything. Think 2010 Brett Favre. He doesn't know if he wants to play, doesn't know if he should retire, he plays, and he's awful. Now, if those stats don't paint the picture good enough for you, I'm gonna paint another one. This season, Carson Wentz is leading the league in interceptions with 15, sacks with 46, and he's number 2 behind Derek Carr with 10 fumbles. He's been downright awful, man. He has been terrible. So now that I've painted the picture of just how bad Carson Wentz is, I hate to say it, guys, but I think we can all agree it is time to bench Carson Wentz. And I know some guys might think I'm jumping the gun on this. Some of you guys might agree with me. That's okay. In this video, I'm going to give you guys a couple of reasons why I think benching Carson Wentz is honestly a genius play by the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, quickly, before we dive into the rest of the video, this is a new channel. We're grinding, trying to hit 2K. If you're new, like the video and subscribe to the channel. I post sports videos daily. Turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss a video. All right, so we know Carson Wentz has been terrible, but I got a couple good reasons why I think the Eagles should bench him. One, I think if the Eagles still see Carson Wentz as an asset, someone they could build around in the future, a pivotal piece of the franchise, I think they should protect that asset, man. The Eagles gave up a lot to get Carson Wentz. They gave up a lot of draft picks to go up and draft him, and they also paid him a lot of money, and they can't get rid of that contract too easy. Right now, I think Wentz is only getting worse, and I think the team is only getting worse. And that's why we see Carson Wentz kind of sort of playing hero ball out there, man. The team it's just been unlucky this year and last year, honestly. I saw a crazy graphic on the game today. I think Wentz has played with about 10 different wide receivers and 10 different offensive linemen. That's just unstable. That's just unreliable. It's not consistent. And that's why I think Wentz, for the most part, has just been an inconsistent quarterback or consistently terrible. He can't trust his teammates. He can't trust his offensive line to hold the pocket up, and he doesn't really have any chemistry with his receivers, and right now, it's just not a good environment for Wentz. As a matter of fact, this is the exact opposite of what we saw when Wentz was at his best. Think back to 2017. MVP caliber season, probably wins the MVP if he doesn't get injured. So instead of all these moving parts, trying out different receivers and different offensive linemen, in 2017, they had 3 receivers, 3 tight ends, they had running backs, they kept getting better, they picked up Jay Ajayi midway throughout the season, and eventually we know how it went. They went on to win a Super Bowl. This year, it's the opposite. They're losing receivers, they're losing tight ends, they're losing running backs, they're losing offensive linemen. It's really just an unstable environment, and in my opinion, I think the best quarterbacks would honestly struggle in this offense, again, with a carousel of players and not really having anyone they can rely on. So that's my first reason. If they see Carson Wentz as an asset, protect that asset and shut it down, man. Protect his physical, protect his mental, and just get him ready to have a good offseason. Now, reason number 2 to bench Wentz. We got to see what Jalen Hurts can do, man. Jalen Hurts winning the game today, and he looked pretty solid. He threw a beautiful touchdown pass, and he was kind of commanding the offense. You know, potentially it could be something there, but honestly, right now we just don't know. And a big part of that is there wasn't a preseason and there wasn't a typical training camp this year. So I think with this season pretty much over and done with for the Eagles, I say, as crazy as it sounds, throw Jalen into the fire. See what he can do. It almost seemed like the team was rallying behind him. Maybe they got lucky. The big touchdown, the big punt return. They even got to stop on defense to give Hurts a chance to win the game. To me, it looked like the team was rallying around some new energy at that quarterback position. So I think he could be, honestly, a fresh welcome at that position. And it's crazy. I just said this offense could be too unstable for Carson Wentz. Jalen Hurts is a guy that almost kind of thrives in these situations. Think about it. At Alabama, their mantra is next man up. He was playing alongside Tua Tagovailoa. He had to stay ready. He had to stay prepped. And he even ended up backing up Tua. When Tua went down, he instantly go into games and make plays. Then even at Oklahoma, he instantly went there, implemented the offense, started making plays, and put together a Heisman campaign. Now, I know it's two different levels, but Jalen Hurts has been a guy who's kind of shown us that he can thrive in these unstable situations. And two, I think he's kind of more like the modern quarterback. So the modern quarterback is really mobile. Even Patrick Mahomes, think about it, that guy's really freaking mobile. Lamar Jackson, MVP, really mobile. Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, all these guys. The new crop of elite QBs are crazy mobile. And I think Jalen Hurts fits that bill. So I say one, start Jalen Hurts, see what he can or can't do, and see if you think he could eventually be an asset. So one of the brilliant things the Saints did is they brought in Taysom Hill and they found a way to get him in the game. They found a way to get him in games to see what he was made of, if he can make plays, and if he can throw the ball. Eventually they saw enough out of him, and now he's the starting quarterback for the Saints while Drew Brees is out, and he's been playing phenomenal. So again, I think Jalen Hurts is the perfect guy for this situation, and honestly, I think it's great for the coaches too. I know some people have complained about Doug Peterson's play calling. Even during the Super Bowl run, some people wasn't the biggest fan of the plays he called. I think with Jalen Hurts in at QB, you got to update that playbook. You got to add some new things in there. You got to make sure you're getting the most out of his skill set, and a big part of his skill set is being athletic and being mobile. So I think Hurts is a great backup for this job. I think it's time the Eagles bench Carson Wentz, see what they have in Hurts, and worst case scenario, if he doesn't work out, 2021, hopefully it can be a regular offseason and the Eagles can iron out some kinks. I know a lot of people think Carson Wentz is struggling because of his mechanics and this, that, and the third. Those are all things that can get ironed out with a good offseason or two. So Eagles fans, as crazy as this sounds, as bad as Carson Wentz has been, I think you guys should look at this season as an outlier. Think of this season as an imposter, I don't know if you guys play Among Us, but just think of this season as an imposter. It's not like the other seasons, and it's just not what Carson Wentz is, Now, of course, next year, if he continues to struggle, this will be an entirely different video. It might be a trade Carson Wentz video, but Eagles fans, I don't think it's time to panic. Get in the comments, man. Let me know what you guys think about Wentz. Let me know what you think about Hurts, and let me know what you think about the organization. Have they done enough to get Carson Wentz some help? Do they need to invest in an O-line? Do they need to invest in receivers? Talk to me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.